Hope. Good morning, everyone. This is Blue Quest meeting in progress. I'm sorry that we'll not be able to have a regular meeting today because quite a few role players backed out or are not able to attend or for certain reasons. So what we're going to do today is that Hope Williams is going to play the table topic master, and Anna and I will alternate as table topics evaluators, and Sharendra Bhaumik is playing the role of timer. We're going to have table topics that as long as Hope has table topics. Once she runs out of them, we'll give her a couple of topics to do, and then we'll close the meeting. I hope that's okay with everyone. Hope, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Rupi. I love being on the stage. So I made the assumption that we would have our full meeting. So I'm more than prepared for our table topics roundhouse this morning or this evening for Anna or this early afternoon for me. So I will share my screen. And Ruby, may I ask you to cease your screen sharing, please?
Oh, that would be Sharendra.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I will start this off with Anna. And let me say, my topics today were inspired by a visit to the dentist and a reminder of how important health is. So with that, I will toss this first question to Anna. Good health is not something we can buy. However, it can be an extremely valuable savings account. Once again, good health is not something we can buy. However, it can be an extremely valuable savings account. Anna Whistler.
Thank you so much, Hope. First of all, it is by Ann Wilson Sharf. Their first two initials are my initials, so I'm going to say this is a brilliant quote in the first place. But I do find it quite interesting because even as of today, I was sitting there pondering as I was trying to get out of bed, and the creaks in what I want to hope is my bed, but turned out to be my knees, were coming to tuition. I realized that with age, our bodies tend to slowly fade. And while we can go and buy new knees, buy new hips, while we can get fingernails done and extensions added and multiple things adjusted to our body, it does not actually pertain to the health and clarity of our body. Health has a different dynamic and a different definition for each of us, whether it is the physical health, the mental health, or the spiritual health. There are so many pieces of that we cannot just go to a store and purchase what we need to be that perfect body. However, as who I formerly like to consider AW says, it is like a savings account. Every little bit that we put in, every little charge that we support each other with, every opportunity we can to build on our own body, to make a success, to be that strong and healthy person, that is where it becomes valuable. I could go and get some plastic surgery and facelifts done and create long extensions and add to whatever I need, but that's not my health. That's just a body shape. So good health is not something we can buy. Thanks for that, AW and Hope Williams.
Wonderful. And I was unaware that you had matching initials. Therefore, I think that question, that table topic was specifically made for you. Next
Oh,
up,
Can
Hope,
I
just
do
one request, because I have to show the color cards. I will not be able to show it as long as you have your screen up there.
Okay.
So after you've shown it to us,
sure.
just remove it so that I can show it. Incidentally, it took 2 minutes, 1 second for Anna to do her speech.
Okay.
Okay.
And Sharendra, please time me for 1 minute. I'll be doing the speech evaluation, and then hope you can move on to the next topic.
Sure, please go ahead.
So, Anna Whistler, that was an excellent catch. AW. Anna Whistler speaking on a quote by Ann Wilson. For a moment, I thought you knew who Ann Wilson Sharf was. Turns out you were just doing a play on the word. Very well done. You gave some very good examples that we can get our fingernails done, but we don't have an equivalent thing of for health. And what I liked was that you covered the most of the topic. So the topic spoke about good health, and then it spoke about a savings account, how a good health is also a savings account. You covered most of the topic. Couple of suggestions for helping you end it better or make it better. Number one, everyone loves a personal example. So maybe a story where you realize that good health makes sense. That's number one. Second, when you closed, you said from one AW to another. You could have also roped in HW, that is Hope Williams. That would have made it a better topic. Great, thank you. Hope, we're ready for your next one.
All right, fantastic. And I will share my screen and lend the next question to this one. There we go. True silence is the rest of the mind, and is to the spirit what sleep is to the body, nourishment and refreshment. True silence is the rest of the mind, and is to the spirit what sleep is to the body, nourishment and refreshment. And I will give this table topic to Sumit.
To be evaluated by Anna. Anna, will you take the evaluation?
Thank you, Hope Williams, for giving me this topic. I was expecting my name to be called upon, so because there are not many out here. True silence is the rest of the mind. My topic starts with asking all of us here a question. How many of you have realized that when we sleep at night, is our mind truly resting? And have we ever felt that sometime we have a disturbed sleep? What exactly happened during that point of time? We are silent, we are sleeping, but is our mind really sleeping at that point of time? And at some time, we feel that a 2 hour of rest rejuvenate us so much more that sometimes we have enough of sleep, complete 8 hours at night sleep, but still we wake up tired in the morning. Just make a note of your sleep pattern. If you figure out for a certain point of time continuously for about 5-6 days, you did not have a good night's sleep, that's an alarming sign. You are at rest, but not your mind. It's an art to put our mind at rest. And in India, in ancient culture, some of our sages used to sleep for take a nap of about 5 minutes and they are completely rejuvenated. That's the art. that some of us know, that how to rejuvenate ourselves, how to sleep well. And once we sleep well, a sleep of an hour could give us so much rejuvenation and nourishment and refreshment that probably at 8 hours sleep will not be able to do in case our mind is not at sleep. So it's an art to put the mind at sleep. And some of the practices that I do to have a better sleep is I pray at night before I go for a sleep. And I try to forgive myself for the things that I have not been able to accomplish today, for the things that I have accomplished today but wrongly accomplished. So this gives me a good night's sleep. And true silence is when the mind is at sleep. Over to you, Hope Williams. Anna.
And I will turn this to Anna. Is Anna evaluating Sumit's table topic?
I am. All right, Sumit. I'm kind of jealous I wanted this question because I do not know what true silence truly is. So maybe it's a good thing I didn't have it. I really think that you did a great job by starting out by asking us a question. It really gave us that first initial mindset of thinking, what does it mean to be true silence? Do our minds shut off? I know mine doesn't. So that makes me think, okay, what can I do? And you answered that at the end. And I appreciate that. You gave your example, your personal situation of this is how I make my mind silenced. And I like that. I think the other great piece that you had in there is you provided some of your cultural background, what you in India do. It's such a great piece when you've got some of us who are not in your country and aren't used to your practices to be able to hear some of that and know that. To me, that's just one of the greatest perks of it. So thank you for sharing that. The only suggestion I have for you on that is that part of it asked what true silence was in refreshment and nourishment. And you talked a lot about sleep, but you didn't talk about the true silence. So I would have probably defined how sleep it helps and how true silence is and what that piece is. But I thought you tied it all together and you incorporated multiple pieces. So great job.
Thank you, Anna, for that very comprehensive, gentle, and thorough evaluation of Sumit's table topic. On to the next. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. And who wants to do that? If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. And this table topic is for Surinder.
I'll be the timer. Surinder, anytime you want to start.
Yeah. Thank you. An amazing topic by Jim Rohn. When we were kids, we were always told by our parents that you must work within the norms which have been set around you. And therefore, all of us would only be restricted by the thought process which was extended to us by people around us. As we grew up, we found that if you had to succeed in life, then we had to get out of that boundary which has been set to us. And if you do not go out of the boundary and do something which is unusual, which in other words could be taking a risk about failure, but very often because you're doing something unusual, it actually becomes something which has been able to put you a few steps ahead of the challenge around you. And if you have to keep doing this, it becomes the norm in you. And every time you look at an option and be challenged by it and take risks to grow further. And that changes you from being usual or just the run of the mill. I personally believe that success only comes if you are willing to challenge the paradigm around you. And it is only then that when you risk it and do something unusual, you will be successful. Not only in my case, I know within this forum, people who have gone out of the path which they normally trend. And that is why I have such champions all around me. It's all because you have been unusual. And congratulations for that. Thank you. And over to you, ma'am Hope Williams.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love how you tied in some of the winners in the room. And Rupi, who should I pass this on to for an evaluation?
Anna, were you?
Yeah, absolutely. So Surendra, I always love hearing you do your table topics. You condense so much information into 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I don't know how long it took, but you do really well at condensing everything together, and I appreciate that. I would suggest being able to still give some more personal experience, maybe talk about something unusual or something you felt was unusual that you had to give up or to at least risk. But I believe you just did a well-rounded piece explaining all of the details, all of your definition of what the risk is, and what you do, what we all settle for. So I do absolutely appreciate that piece. Honestly, I don't really have any other suggestions besides maybe just, I love hearing your stories and your experience. So just tying that in, what you would consider being a risk, but otherwise, I thought it was fantastic.
Super. And it took
Thank
2
you.
minutes, 21 seconds. Sharendra took 2 minutes, 21 seconds.
2:21, okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
will. Okay, and one more thing, we will have polls only for the best table topics, top 3, if that's okay with you guys.
We'll wait, repeat that, Rupi. We will only,
We'll have
isn't
polls
that
have
the,
only for the best table topics.
okay, so not for evaluator, just for speakers.
You want, we can do it for evaluators. I think it's only Anna and I, we can do that.
Okay.
I'll add that. So
You know,
table topics and evaluator.
okay, okay. So I will just go straight along because that's what we do in Toastmasters. We pick up the baton and we run with it. Therefore, the next table topic.
Oh, sorry,
Yes.
can you take a topic right now? Then I will take a topic. That way I'll be evaluating you and Anna won't have to do 3 or 4 straight evaluations.
Sure,
So somebody will give a topic to you. I'll give it to the expert, Sharendra, he'll give you the topic.
okay.
I'll
The
evaluate.
next question is for you. How about we start it that way?
Okay.
And okay, because you're such a beautiful person, I thought this table topic would be perfectly suited for you, Rupi. I do not think about being beautiful. What I devote most of my time to is being healthy. I do not think about being beautiful. What I devote most of my time to is being healthy. And Rupi, this table topic, of course, is to your beautiful soul.
I don't know if you noticed, Topic Master, but when you were announcing this topic, at least 3 people in the room had their mouths covered. And I could tell by looking at their eyes that they were laughing out loud. Most of the table topic is true. I cannot think about being beautiful because I don't think I'm beautiful. But I also do not devote most of my time to being healthy. Let me explain what I mean by that. As of now, I weigh 121.5 kilograms. Now, in any dictionary, that would be obese, except for the fact that last year about this time, I weighed 141 kilograms. Then I had a very rude shock earlier this month or last month. I found out that I was suffering from diabetes. And I realized that I have to focus on being healthy. So somewhere around 49 years, a month and a few days later, your topic that you've given me has come true. I do not think about being beautiful. I never thought about being beautiful in the first place. I do devote most of my time now to being healthy. I'm controlling my diet. Case in point, I've just come back from a wedding and I've not touched fried stuff there. I only had stuff that came out baked out of an oven. I am exercising even at a wedding avenue. I found the time to go for my morning walk. And I am insistent on getting my 8 hours of sleep, which kind of got violated today because I've slept for only 4 hours. But I promise I will catch up once this meeting is over. So to your point, there is no point being beautiful. You have to devote most of your time to being healthy. And besides, I'm going to come to United States one of these days. I'm going to meet some wonderful people out there. And I just don't want to look my best. I want to be my best and I want to feel my best. What do you think, Madam Topics Master? Sharing the time?
Yeah, I've timed you.
What was my time, Sharinder?
It was 2 minutes, 16 seconds.
Okay, cool. Anna,
Okay.
were you evaluating me or were you smiling through most of the topic?
Okay.
Rubinder. The very first word I wrote down was what a timely topic. And it's amazing how in Toastmasters, those things just happen. It just appears and we all can sit and enjoy it with each other. And yes, I was laughing as well. So the first mark I have is that it was timely and you had a great observation of the audience as to what was going on. When I first met you, when I first began talking to you, and I can't even tell you how long ago that was, you were devoted to walking every single day and you had your health in mind. And that was something that I had greatly admired in you. When you started out speaking, you thought your first comment was, I don't think that I am beautiful. So of course, my automatic remark is you should never knock yourself. You should never put yourself down. And then you went into this explanation and halfway through you stated, I do not think about being beautiful. So you had changed already your mindset from I don't think I'm beautiful to I don't think about it. And then you continued a conversation about how you're working on being healthy and working to improve and even gave personal examples, which I thought was great. And you finally at the end said, I don't think we should be worried about being beautiful. We should worry about being healthy. And I don't know if that was, I'm sure you would plan that because you're brilliant, but you set in motion this entire speech of 1 to 2 or for 2 minutes and 16 seconds to actually being an entire speech that you went from, I'm not beautiful, I don't think about it, we should not be dwelling upon it. I thought that was fantastic. The only piece is, again, just don't knock yourself. And it was great to include your audience, but you could incorporate, if you're going to call your audience in the beginning, maybe incorporate them into your actual speech as well, into your context. That's all I got for you.
Thank you, Anna.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed both the table topic and the evaluation.
Okay, I'm going to give you a topic now, Hope, and I will be evaluating you on the same. Okay.
Okay.
Surrender, ready with the timing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hope Williams, be a voice, not an echo. Be a voice, not an echo. Hope Williams.
Thank you, Rupi. Be a voice, not an echo. Be a voice, not an echo. These words bring to my mind lead, not follow. An echo is what follows words that are spoken. You don't speak of an echo being the first thing you hear. In fact, it's the remnants of the sound that you had already heard. My 21-year-old niece just left yesterday from visiting me on the island for a week. And through her 1 week stay, I learned more about myself. I learned as much as I am a leader, at times I am okay with being an echo. To hear an echo, you have to sit in silence and listen. You listen to the vibrations that are following the words that were spoken. I often want to lead my niece and teach her the ways of the world, allow her to be more open-minded, and let her know that men are abundant in this world. You don't need to settle for just one at this time in your life. While sitting and just listening to this 21-year-old, I began to learn that sometimes the leader does need to sit and listen to the echo. Because while listening to her, while truly sitting in silence without the reaction to speak, to lead, to guide, to teach, I'm really teaching myself patience. And I'm also learning from my former self. Therefore, be the voice, not the echo, most of the time. But if the echo sounds this great in a stadium, I don't mind being the echo. Rupi, I will turn it over to you.
Surrender, time.
2:26. 2:26.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Hope, one thing that I loved was how you made up the topic as you went along. This was a topic that you clearly did not see coming. It kind of caught you unawares, but you managed it very well. You explained the concept of an echo very well. That it is the reverberation of other people's voices. I also like the fact that when you mentioned your 21-year-old niece, now it impacted me on two levels. The first level, of course, being you have a 21-year-old niece. How old are you? Okay. Now, and I mean that in every positive sense, because it adds to your ethos, the ethos part of your speech. Okay. And the other aspect, of course, being the learning that your niece gave you. If I were to ask you to make your speech better, you were confused in the beginning. At that point, ask yourself, what is my opinion? Okay, and then formulate your opinion from there. If I agree with the opinion, if I disagree with the opinion, and then go from there. The second thing that I felt, I was going to say that it is missing a personal example, but then you came back with that example about your niece and what you learned from it, what you learned from her. So hope only one suggestion, just focus on what your opinion is about the topic and then go from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rupi. Very helpful. I
All
will
right,
put that.
you can now go with Sumit once again. You can give him a topic and then you can give Anna a topic. I'll evaluate both of them.
Okay, so I will be evaluating Anna and Sumit.
No, I'll be evaluating Anna and Sumit. You just give them topics. That's it.
Okay, excellent. So let me share my screen. Okay, sweet. Be prepared. Here we go. Your table topic is as follows. A calm mind brings inner strength, self-confidence, and self-confidence. So that is very important for good health. A calm mind brings inner strength and self-confidence. So that is very important for good health. Sumit, I welcome you to the table topic stage.
Thank you, Hope. This quote is by Dalai Lama. Who can be more calmer than him? He is such an inspiration, and this quote is true to its meaning, in the sense that a calm mind brings inner strength. Have you ever come across a situation when somebody is shouting at you and you are able to keep your calm? What is the exact impact of that? That another person over a period of time learns how to be calm with you, because he knows that it would not help him any which ways shout at you. This is one of the simple example of strength. You being calm or I being calm make other people calm even though they are not at their senses. How this happens? If we reflect back, it will come to us that it's because of the strength that we show at that particular moment of time. It brings self-confidence and it brings strength to us when we are calm. At the same time, how it is important for our health. Mental health is one of the most important topic of these days. Some of those who have suffered during the COVID could not persist the pain because they might be very strong with their at the body level, but some of them, example we have heard, are kind of weak from their mind point of view and could not sustain the pain. And some of those who are 80 years, 19 years old, we have heard in the newspapers, have survived through this COVID period. What is the main reason? The reason is at the mind level, they were calm. So mental health is very, very important nowadays. Given these difficult times, given that we are living in the VUCA world, where volatility is all persistent and ambiguity is all around, what is the key important strength that I will recommend all of us to bring in ourselves or to cherish and to try to nurture is ability to keep calm and ability to keep our mind at a balanced state. If that happens, we will have enough strength to take care of all the negativity and all the problems in our life. Over to you, Hope.
Sharanda, what was the time?
It was 2 minutes, 31 seconds.
Okay. Sumit, if ever I'm in a table topic contest with you, I will pray to God not to give us topic around spirituality, mental health, meditation, because you seem to be the resident expert on the topic. Your speech was replete with examples. The best one was a quote that calmness is the best example of strength. And I love how you brought it out through example after example after example. That is where I also have my first recommendation for you. There was too much detail. You were saying multiple sentences when one would have sufficed. For example, in the beginning, you spoke about Dalai Lama and how you followed Dalai Lama and that this was a quote from Dalai Lama. How about a simple statement that says, who can be more calm than the Dalai Lama himself? When you say that, what that does is it kind of encompasses everything that you were trying to say in 4 sentences into a single sentence. Second recommendation, you spoke about VUCA. I understand what VUCA is, and everyone who's done training in change management will understand what VUCA is. But it's not a very common acronym. For the record, it stands for we live in a world that is VUCA, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. But that expansion would have made your topic much clearer. Other than that, I'll tell myself to be at my spiritual and motivational best next time there is a topic around these subjects. Thank you. All right. Hope. Let's
Yes,
torture Anna together.
okay. Let's give one to Anna, and I will share my screen. I know Anna doesn't need much preparation because she is already ready to go. Sleep is that golden chain that ties our health and our bodies together. Sleep is that golden chain that ties health and our bodies together. Anna Whistler.
Sleep. I wish I could tell you that I have the goal, the time, and the ambition to sleep 8 hours of sleep every single night, like Guru Pinder does. I don't. There was a point in my life where I was working 2 jobs, going to school full time, and I owned my own business. I maybe had 3 hours of sleep if I was lucky. Another point in time, I was going to school, working an overnight job, and then working a day job just to be able to survive. Again, 4 hours of sleep, and I was able to survive. Even now, over the last several decades, feels like decades, I struggle with nightmares and night terrors, disrupting my sleep to force my body to not be able to get the rest that I feel like I want, or maybe it should have. Studies show every single day that we have the need, that our body craves that sleep, that rest, that ability to allow your body to decompress and start and refresh itself. In fact, it's what keeps us alive and keeps us functioning. Or maybe that's why they created caffeine. I tend to believe the caffeine mark. But I will tell you, from years of experience, from years of lack of sleep and years of nights of tossing and turning, that sleep is truly golden. And then there's that chain, the piece that creates the durability, the strength, and the ability to have our bodies stay strong and be kept together. So yes, I may not get the 8 hours of sleep that Rupi does, but I definitely get what I need to keep my body going for the next day. And if not, that extra dose of coffee comes in quite handy. Thank you so much for the topic.
Fantastic. That's what coffee is for. You handled that topic beautifully. And Rupi?
Sharindra, I'll take a guess and I'll say Anna took about 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
2 minutes, 6 seconds.
Oh, I'm getting good at this. 4 seconds. Here or there. Okay. Anna. Oh my God. If there was one word that I would describe your speech with, it would be empathy. Your speech spoke the language of empathy throughout, from beginning to the end. And if I were to use multiple words, I would say that the world needs storytellers, and you, madam, are an excellent raconteur. I loved your examples, the way you spoke about how you got 3 hours and then possibly 4 hours of sleep. And then you brought in caffeine and you juxtaposed both of them together to give us a side-by-side example. Not only that, you brought up research. Said studies show that so many hours of sleep is necessary. Very well done. Now, when it comes to opportunities, I literally had to nitpick. So here is me probably being nitpicky about it. Number one, you use the word a lack of sleep a lot, many times. I would have used sleep deprivation because that would have kind of added to the whole topic. The other one, if you are in a table topics contest, do not take the name of a fellow contestant. It can and it may get you disqualified. And given the kind of storyteller you are, the kind of empathy that you arouse, the kind of connect that you make with your audience, I would hate for that to happen. Thank you, Anna, for giving us such a wonderful topic. We can now do Sharindra, and then you can come over to me, Hope, if that works.
Okay.
I'll be the timer for Sharindra. Anna, you are the evaluator for the next 2 table topics.
Okay, so Sharinder, let's see what we're going to do for you. Ah, yes, this is the one I want to give to you because you always have a very deep, concise way of answering. So here we are with your table topic statement. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the torturer who turns into the tortured. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into the torturers. Surinder, I hand control of the table topic stage to you.
Thank you so much. What a tongue twister that is. And I don't know where we are, the torturers, and who is the torture. But yes, healthy minds are the first thing before you go to the healthy body. When you have a healthy body, your mind is also healthy. And when you are both healthy as far as your mind and your health, your body is concerned, you really are not torturing anyone. But I think in some cases, like one of my friends here and myself, we torture ourselves by not eating, torturing ourselves by going for these long walks. And it's we who are the tortured. But then, if you ask me, where is that torture which I'm supposed to is going to really torture the family, if I can talk about ones who are around me. I don't think life is such that people have now any more worried about you. It's good for them to point fingers and tell you that, look, you need to control your diet, you need to exercise. All that is said, but they wouldn't care two hoots about what's happening around you. So, this saying that it is the tortured who turns into torturers, I think is inappropriate in today's context. In today's context, people are not worried. It is only they want to, when they are in front of you, they want to show you some sympathy and tell you certain things. But I do not believe that today it really bothers anyone around us. So the person who is really working, who is healthy, it's the one who gets tortured inside because he misses out on a lot of other things which normally other people are doing. Thank you, and over to you.
2 minutes and 15 seconds, 14 actually.
Nailed it.
Anna,
Sharendra, don't you just love when the table topics master goes, ooh, this one's for you. You always have the best answer for this. I always get nervous going, oh no, what are they going to ask me? And I absolutely love that Hope did that because I could kind of see that anticipation with you and you were all ready for it. And it was an absolutely fantastic topic.
Yeah.
I could not agree more with your answer. The minute the word torture came in, I thought, oh man, where are we going with this? This could go down some dark rabbit holes. But you stated this absolutely correctly, especially when we've been doing and talking about health and taking care of ourselves. It is, to my firm belief, that those who are trying to be healthy, who are limiting the carbs that they're eating or the calories, or they're focused on getting themselves healthier or trying to pay off debt, they're losing out on a lot of things in their life and therefore are becoming the tortured. But it's them who are being tortured and not torturing. I say this word a lot. So I love how you explain that. And I love how you created that overall idea. Again, I would say, please incorporate something that maybe you felt like you missed out on, or that you could give it a torture piece. I would suggest that personal experience is always that strong suit. But I also really love that you have such a clear, concise way of speaking. It's so methodical, and it's something that's so confident that you don't ever have to bring a personal example in because I'm already glued to what you're saying. So you do really well at that. And you are a champion in our books. Back to you, Hope.
Thank you.
Fantastic tag team. Now, may I call on Rupi to tell me the next move of the meeting? Am I continuing? Shall I give you a question? Would you like to ask me a question?
Go ahead.
Of course.
Anna Whistler, you're on. You can wipe that smirk off your face because you're going to evaluate me. Oh my God.
Okay.
Go ahead. Hope, do your worst.
My worst, nothing over here
I'll
is
do
worse
mine.
than my best. Yes, I'm sure of that. So therefore, Rupi, this is for you. Pay mind to your own life, your own health and wholeness. A bleeding heart is of no help to anyone if it bleeds to death. Pay mind to your own life, your own health and wholeness. A bleeding heart is of no help to anyone if it bleeds to death. Rupi, the stage is yours.
March 15, 2008. At the tender age of 35 years and some months old, I boarded my first ever air flight. And the air hostess came on and made the announcement that in the case of an emergency, oxygen masks will drop, and put on your own mask first before you put it on somebody else, before you're trying to help someone else. And it made so much sense. It might sound selfish, but to quote another example, a dead soldier is going to be of no use in the heat of a battle. To fight, you need to stay alive. And that means taking care of yourself. And that means to pay mind to your own life, to your own health and wholeness. Much as we all want to be true altruistics, much as we want to help others, much as we want to make this world a better place, it will amount to nothing if we ourselves are not that. If we ourselves are not paying attention to our own health, our own life, and our own wholeness. You can apply it in any sphere of life. If you are a person helping someone to come out of depression, you first have to ensure that you are not the victim of depression. If you are someone who wants some other people to learn from your experience, first, you must learn to forgive that experience. Only then will you be able to set examples. So, Madam Topics Master, I totally agree to the topic. Pay mind to your own life, your own health and wholeness. A bleeding heart is of no help if it leads to death. Madam Topics Master. Sharendra, 2 minutes 25.
2 minutes 39.
Oh, you went over, disqualified. We don't even need to evaluate.
I'm pretty sure Anna will love to evaluate. She loves evaluating.
So the first comment I have written down for you, Ruby, is do you really have that date memorized, or are you making up that date? Because you said it with such confidence that I almost want to believe you, but it makes me wonder if that's really the date that you first flew. You have a wonderful way of telling stories by incorporating us in. You caught us at the very first few words, because the minute you stated a date and what it was, you had our attention. It was almost like we were kids ready to hear a story time. The way you incorporated that aspect in with different pieces, using examples of health, taking care of yourself, a dying soldier, depression. You threw so many different pieces that connected with each one of us that it was hard not to feel connected to what you were giving us. Again, I am going to nitpick on yours because you nitpicked on mine. Pay mind to the fact that you are giving this motivational and this challenging speech, but you ended with the quote. So what challenge did you give us? What next step did you give us on that? And you had repeated much as about 4 times. So much as you want to help people with depression, much as, and so just be careful about the repetition of those words. It was not an over amount, but just be cautious of it. Overall, I'm just going to start throwing dates at you and see if you can remember all of them for me, because I don't have that good of a memory, evidently. And it was a great topic. Good job.
Thank you, Anna. And at this
Thank
time, I
you.
will call on
I
Ruthie.
am giving you a topic, Hope Williams. Get ready.
I stay ready.
And I'll be evaluating you as well. Hope Williams, since you are into philosophical topics today, here is a topic coming your way. Hope
I have
Williams,
one.
you want to give one, Anna?
I got one.
Okay.
Okay, you go ahead, Anna. I'll give it to her next time.
Okay. All right, Hope Williams. The quote, which is by Anonymous, is what is popular is not always right. What is right is not always popular. What is popular is not always right. What is right is not always popular.
Thank you, Anna. What is popular is not always right. What is right is not always popular. I remember hearing similar words from my father. Very distinguished, old-fashioned man who told me there's no shortcuts in life, and most people are wimps. Okay. To this day, I recall these words because there are no shortcuts in life. The shortcuts really elongate the journey. And doing what's right, putting in the hard work, staying disciplined, staying focused is often not as attractive as having it now. As I was speaking to my sister this morning, I told her I enjoy the long runs. I enjoy the hard work. I enjoy delayed gratification. I purposely do marathons because of this, because mentally I know I'm doing the work that less than 4% of the population in the world will never do. And proving to myself I can accomplish anything. I don't need to do what's popular. I want to be known for doing what's right. I want to be remembered for doing what's honorable. And I want my legacy to be left as she really did it. So I'm trying to do it right, even if it's not very popular. Anna Whistler.
Further time?
2:12. 2 minutes 12.
12 seconds. All right, Hope Williams. Again, what I loved in this speech was that measured pace with which you spoke. Every word coming out thoughtfully and every word worth its weight. The way you measured every word so that it had the impact. But what I also liked was that you coupled it with vocal empathy. You spoke in a tone that was soothing and captured the audience's attention. I also like the examples you gave, as always. For a moment, I thought, where were you going with the New York Marathon example? But then you brought it back. You really did it. Those were the words that were for me. One recommendation that I have for you. At this level, at the level that I consider you, I'm not really a fan of repeating the table topic to start with. If you're going to repeat the table topic, I would start with, I fully agree with what's popular is not always right, and what's right is not always popular. Because what it gives the the impression that it gives to the evaluator is that you are just playing for time. You're trying to work the topic out in your head. So probably just add a couple of words for that. I totally agree with this topic. And that should, take your topic to a new level. Other than that, no recommendations. Thank you.
Rupi.
Let's start. You have some more topics
156.
left, right?
I think let's stop it now and then go into general structure and things like that, so that we can have the reports. And also, we already at 9:12.
Okay,
So if
cool.
we could,
Yeah, we were supposed to go for 45 minutes,
yeah,
but
yeah,
we've gone for more than an hour now.
yeah. Is that okay with others?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hope, so for what it is worth, I was going to give you this topic. You might want to ponder on it. The topic was life is the best teacher. It teaches you whether you are ready or not. Okay, so this was a topic that I gave. Do you want to share the other topics that you had for us?
No,
No,
because
you want to keep it for the next time?
yes.
Okay, excellent. All right. I'll very quickly give my feedback on the meeting, the way it turned out, and then we can kind of do a roundtable kind of take opinions from on a roundtable basis. First of all, my sincere apologies. It's never happened before, but I simply slept through. And the excuse that I slept at 2:30 in the morning is no excuse. I had set the alarm, should have got up, should have gotten ready, but I kept on hitting the snooze button. Totally my fault. There were a few backouts, and trust me, ever since I've had to back out a couple of times, I can totally empathize. People have reasons, and especially, I'm proud to say this of Blue Quest, that here we back out for a reason, not back out as an excuse. So even though we had backouts, I thoroughly enjoyed this session. I came to the session totally sleepy. I was yawning, and you probably must have heard me yawning while I was in the meeting in the initial stages. But then I was so energized, starting with the first topic by Anna herself. And I loved the topics that were given. My only feedback would be that some of the topics were a bit too long. So if you are giving it in a table topics contest, where you're not supposed to share the written topic, this can become somewhat of a challenge. So I would ask the table topic master to limit the topic to as few as 10 words. I personally am a big fan of something around between 5 to 7 words, because that is what the human mind tends to remember the most. There was some challenge with screen sharing. I would ask the timer to explore the option of using the virtual backgrounds, because what that does is that it frees up one person to share the screen if they want to. There was a challenge on the tech master side also. At first, I did not know whom to spotlight. Then I realized that I could add everyone to spotlight since there were only 5 of us. And that worked out because we were able to see the timer, the speech evaluator, and everyone. And at one point, it literally felt like a physical meeting because I was able to see everyone. You were not able to see me. I apologize for that. Something wrong with my camera. Believe me, my camera is on right now, but there's something wrong. I'll have to figure it out, or I'll have to get another camera. But it was an energetic meeting. I felt energized at least. And believe me, it takes a lot to get me out of bed and make me energized. So I liked it. I would now like to pass the baton to Sumit. Sumit, what did you feel about the meeting?
I did not expect that this meeting would go this way. We had speeches for this meeting and prepared speeches by Sharendra and Rupendra. But at the last moment, we decided that yes, this is what we should be doing. And I thoroughly enjoyed the table topic session today. I usually avoid speaking in front of people. That's what my usual nature is. But today I had no options because and I had an opportunity to talk twice on two table topics, and that was both the topics were close to my heart. I could do probably some justice to them, and that's a positive for me. Thank you for a wonderful topic, Hope Williams. Thank you for wonderful evaluation by Anna and Sharendra, Anna and Rupendra. And thank you, Sharendra sir, for suggesting this way of doing the meeting at the last moment last night. That's it.
Thank you, Sumit. Let's just very quickly vote for the best table topic speaker. And come on, there are only 4 votes. We should be done in 20 seconds. There are 11, I've got only 2 votes. All right, we just got 1 more vote to go. Someone has not voted. I cannot vote. Okay, great. So I'll tell you that the winner of this is Anna Wessler. Let's just move on to very quickly move on to the best speech evaluator. And the contest was between Anna and Rupinder. Once again, I cannot vote. Oh, Anna, how very sacrificing of you. You voted for me. I'll never forget that. And the way I know it is, I'll just share the poll results with you. All of the
Rupinder,
votes they came to me. Thank you so
Rupinder,
much.
this is a secret ballot. You're not supposed to share everything.
Yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, okay, Sharendra, how did you feel about the meeting?
Oh, I really loved this meeting. And why I loved it was the table topics were not simple, but
Hmm.
when you went into the depth of these, it made you think. It made you think and actually evaluate yourself, not as a speaker, but you yourself and how you are fitting into this world where amazing topics made you think. Think, as I said, beyond yourself. And I loved each and every topic, but I do have one recommendation to Hope, and Hope, please keep the length of your topic a little shorter, because like Rupinder mentioned, it's very difficult to retain in your mind, especially in the stress situation where we are when we are about to talk on a table topic. If you can reduce the number of words that you use, it'll be easier to retain it. Otherwise, amazing and lovely analysis, evaluations done by both of you. It was really nice. Thank you very much for this opportunity today. And I must say that I learned it many years back that even if we have 2 members in a meeting, we
Anyone
must have
point
a
of?
meeting. We cannot cancel a meeting. Sorry, Will, you said something?
We want to hear from you, starting from even if we are 2 members.
Oh, thank you. But many years back, I learned it. And today, I think this is an example where just the 5 of us could make this meeting so exciting. Thank you very much. And I'm waiting to give my report today because I would like to use a format of the table of the timer in a little different way. So let's see if you enjoy it or not. I'm waiting for it. Thank you. Over to you, Rupi.
Sumit, I would ask you at this point to remember to send an email to our area director, Mehul, because today, from 14 days from today, we'll be having a table topics contest. So he has to ensure a contest chair, and the contest chair has to ensure a chief judge. So please make sure you send that email to him. And also you send an email to the members saying that the table topics contest is going to happen on November 17th, so that they are informed and they are ready. Let's now move over to Hope Williams.
Thank you, Rupi. I thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. I love the table topics, and I have been in other meetings where we have done a full session of table topics. I have to say I was somewhat surprised when I checked the agenda and saw table topics. I scrolled over and saw Hope Williams, and I scrolled over and saw 45 minutes. Therefore, I prepared well, and I enjoy this group because these are the individuals I enjoy hearing. How every table topic was structured. I learned more about every individual in the meeting through table topics, specifically how you approach the table topic, how you form your story. Surrender, I really enjoy every time you speak. You have a very dignified manner of delivering, and I really did tailor that question to you because I love hearing how you will build your answer. Same with Anna, Sumit, and kind of with Rupi, but I don't want to give him too many compliments. I felt that the evaluation process was very helpful, and I just enjoy seeing us bring it together when it feels like it fell apart, but in reality, everything fell into place. Therefore, I'm very happy to experience this, and I'm looking forward to our table topics contest. And I will now turn control of the meeting back to Rupi.
So let's hear it from Anna Wister.
I loved it. It was great. The topics were awesome. Definitely got me thinking, but I'm like sitting on pins and needles waiting to see what Sharendra's timers report is. That's what I'm excited about.
The timings were shared, Anna. You were not disqualified.
Had a different format.
Oh, Sharindra, can you share the timings report?
Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the timer report from Sharindra Bhaumik. Today, we had a delay because the pitch was wet. And our groundsman had actually gone off to sleep. And when he woke up, he got the pitch ready for us. And we were delayed by 10 minutes and 34 seconds. And then we started the batting. Ladies and gentlemen, you must know that the World Cup cricket tournament is on today. And this entire format is built on that. Today I see the first batsman who came on the pitch was Anna Whistler. And Anna Whistler went about her match. She hammered the bowlers around, and in 2 minutes and 1 second, she completed her innings. Our umpire Rupinder came in and gave his comments. We went for a review, and he gave his comments in 1 minute, 13 seconds. Then our next batsman came in, which was Sumit. And Sumit had a long innings of 2 minutes and 28 seconds. He is a slow batsman, but believe me, he knows where the gaps are and he scored his runs through them. Now our umpire of the day, Anna, comes in and she reviews the decisions, and she took 1 minute and 12 seconds to give her decisions. And then came in our next batsman. Slow and steady is what he believes in. And Sharendra took 2 minutes and 21 seconds to deliver his bit. Anna comes in and does a quick review. And in 57 seconds, she does a review and sends Surinder back to the pavilion. Then the Yoda of the team comes in. The leader, Rupinder Singh, comes in and hammers everyone around in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. This time, Anna is very, very careful because she reviews the decision very closely. And there is not only the review of the ball movements, she looks at the entire field arrangements and makes sure that Rupinder has actually played his game the way he does always. And she does it in 2 minutes and 1 second. In comes Hope. And everyone is hoping that she's going to now score a century. She now scores over 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And in 2 minutes, 22 seconds, she changes the run rate, and which is now very close to where the team wants it to go. The umpire comes in, and Rupinder, as the umpire, looks at every delivery, whether it was a no ball, whether it was a wide, or whether it was hitting the stumps. And in 1 minute, 43 seconds, he declares Hope Williams out. Then comes in our next batsman. Once again, batsman Sumit is now looking at taking off from where Hope left it. And he too takes 2 minutes and 31 seconds to make sure that he goes ahead and maintains the run rate. Once again, our umpire Rupinder reviews the decision, and it takes him 2 minutes and 7 seconds to give a decision. In comes our leading batsman, Anna, who had retired hurt earlier. And Anna now makes sure that the run rate which is required, she gets people to go much beyond. She hit sixes, fours, buys, and so many. And in 2 minutes, 6 seconds, she changed the complex of the match. Rupinder, the umpire, once again walks in. And this time, he thinks whether it's a no ball. That Rupinder again reviews, and in 1 minute, 21 seconds, he gives the decision that Anna should now retire. We have our old man coming in once again, and he plays a steady innings. And maybe this is before he retires. He takes 2 minutes and 14 seconds. But he does maintain the run rate. Anna comes in, and in 43 seconds, she's able to give a review and make sure that the batsman goes back to the pavilion. Rupinder comes in now. And this is the last stage. The slog overs are on. And Rupinder takes 2 minutes, 31 seconds to slam a quick 50 and make sure that the run rate goes up. And umpire Anna comes in and then reviews that decision. And in 1 minute, 23 seconds, she is able to give a decision. And finally, our tail ender, Hope, comes in. And this time, Hope is very aggressive. She makes sure that in 2 minutes, 12 seconds, she has crossed the level of the opponent. And now the whole Blue Quest team is the winner. Rupinder, as the umpire, in 1 minute, 56 seconds declares the team the winner. Over to you, Rupinder.
Sharindra, everything right with that timers report, except for one thing. Not sure if Anna and Hope understand cricket. What if they do? Uh, Probably an analogy of lawn tennis would have been somewhat better.
Maybe.
For example, I served a table topic and then I got back an evaluation in return. Apart from that, wonderful report. And I loved the energy. It almost came off as, not almost, it came off as burst of energy, something that you need in the time stages of a Toastmasters meeting. People often say that timers report, they tend to be insipid, but today it was anything but that. So great job there. Thank you everyone for being
you.
such a wonderful audience and such willing participants. Easily one of the best meetings that I had today. 2 weeks from now, we will have our table topics contest. Next week, I'm suggesting that we continue with this tandem table topics, but we'll add a table topics module because we've got some new members. We've got people like Sumangal, we've got Satvinder, Pratima. They have absolutely no idea of how a contest goes. So maybe a table topics module followed by kind of a mock table topics contest just to set the environment. I'll work out the details. I'll get back to you on the same. I'll discuss with Sumit and I'll come back to you on the same. Until then, thank you very much. It was lovely seeing all of you. Thank you very much.
And then I want to add something here. Yesterday I asked Surendra, would you be willing to take GE? And he repeatedly told me, no, I want to do timer role only.
Now you know why.
I know why now. And this morning you said, I will take timer, and Surendra, you can do a GE. And then again he said, no, I want to take timer.
Yes.
You know, I did this on cricket because this is the Cricket World Cup going on. And I just wanted to test it out, whether it makes sense or not. Yes, one of the problems which I did face is there are too many of table topics. In the normal meeting, we don't have so many table topics. So maybe it will not get a little drab at the end because I could see people getting a little tired of the whole thing. So let's
You may have,
Really?
you may have the World Cup, but we have the World Series happening that just finished, which is baseball. So
yeah.
like today was the last game and now we have a champion.
Okay. And which one is that?
Yeah, the Atlanta Braves.
Okay, Atlanta Braves. Yeah, I've heard about them.
Okay.
Good. Thank
I'm
you.
just going to stop the recording so that
Okay.